It took me almost 3 decades to figure out who the real bad guy is in The Wizard of Oz. I mean, for years, we've all pointed fingers at the Wicked Witch of the West, right? She's green, she's mean, and she's got that evil cackle. But hold up, is she really the villain? Think about it. Her sister gets crushed by a house, and instead of a funeral, her sister's shoes get swiped, stolen, by Glinda, the apparently good witch. And let's not forget, those shoes weren't just any shoes. In the original book, they were silver and a family heirloom, passed down from their mother. Kinda adds a new layer, huh? Now, let's talk about Glinda, the so-called good witch. Yeah, she's sparkly and all smiles, but her actions are kinda shady. She sets Dorothy up to accidentally kill the Wicked Witch of the East. And here's the kicker, she knew all along that Dorothy could just click those heels and head back to Kansas. But did she say anything? Nope. Instead, she sends Dorothy on this dangerous cross-country trek down the Yellow Brick Road to meet a wizard who turns out to be a total fraud. Oh, and conveniently, once the witches are... Why Elphaba decides to stay green in Wicked. Elphaba's journey in Wicked is all about self-acceptance. At first, she dreams of mastering her magic at Shiz University and earning the wizard's approval. In The Wizard and I, she even imagines him using his powers to change her green skin so others will accept her. But everything shifts when she gains friends like Glinda and Fiero, making her feel a sense of belonging for the first time. By the time she meets the wizard, she's proud of her green skin and no longer wants to change it. Elphaba's fight for Oz's talking animals, who are losing their rights and voices, also shapes her. Standing against injustice, like defending Dr. Dillamond and freeing the Cowardly Lion, strengthens her resolve to embrace her differences. Her transformation is cemented when she learns the wizard is a fraud who exploits the animals for control. Embracing her power and identity, she takes flight as the Wicked Witch, ready to challenge the lies and fight for what's right. Part 2 will reveal if she finds the freedom she deserves.
Is it true?
Yes. Are you sure?
Yes.
Ever wondered why Elphaba, the Wicked Witch, has green skin in Wicked? It's an iconic part of her character that wasn't in the original Wizard of Oz book. Her green look became famous after the 1939 movie and stuck ever since. Elphaba's green skin comes from a magical green elixir her mother drank while pregnant. Turns out her mom had an affair with none other than the Wizard of Oz, and he gave her the potion. In the musical, it's portrayed as more of a casual thing, but in the book, it's a lot darker. The wizard uses the elixir to drug her. Elphaba's green skin makes her an outsider right from birth. Even her family can't handle it, and her dad resents her, preferring her sister, Nessa Rose. Things get even worse when she goes to university. People judge her immediately, but as the story goes on, she starts embracing who she is, green skin and all.
Do I have something in my teeth?
The wizard even uses her unusual appearance to turn the people of Oz against her, making her seem wicked. Fun fact, Cynthia Erivo opted for real makeup instead of CGI. She wanted it to feel more authentic, even if it meant sitting in the makeup chair for hours. That green skin is more than just a color. It's a symbol of her struggles, her power, and the way she learns to stand out, no matter what others think.
You're green.
I am.
Ariana Grande was basically born to play Glinda in Wicked.
Seriously?
No joke. If you haven't caught the trailer yet, Wicked is all about the backstory of Elphaba and Glinda, the two iconic witches from The Wizard of Oz that we all know and love. But here's something you might not know. Ariana has been obsessed with Wicked since she was 10 years old, when she first saw the musical. She even got to meet Kristen Chenoweth, the original Glinda, and totally blew her away by performing popular, yeah, that Glinda song. Over the years, Ari's talked about how it's been her absolute dream to play Glinda. So when she found out the Wicked movie was actually happening, she went all in to get the role. And when she finally got the news,
Oh my God, thank you! I love her so much. I'm gonna take such good care of her. Thank you so much.
her reaction was absolutely priceless. It's like her childhood dream come true.
Or Glinda. You'd be Glinda.
For sure.
If there are no further questions, I'm gonna go.
Okay, so why are Cynthia and Ariana crying in every other interview that they're doing recently? Here's my theory on why they've been so emotional during this crazy Wicked press tour. First off, let me just say two things can totally be true at the same time. One, they're probably super proud of the movie. Like it's clearly a project that means a lot to them. I mean, don't we all dream of working on something so amazing that just talking about it makes us tear up? That's kind of goals, right? But here's the other side of it. What if they're aiming for those shiny Oscar noms? Hear me out. In the awards world, there's this unspoken thing where too much commercial success can actually hurt your chances of winning certain awards. And Wicked seems to be pulling a page straight from Barbie's marketing playbook from last year. Lots of merch, lots of buzz. But remember how Margot Robbie didn't get a nomination? Yeah, that. So maybe with Wicked, they're doubling down on the feels, like really leaning into the whole emotional depth and powerful messaging to up their chances of getting some award season love. I'm not saying it's all calculated, but it's kind of genius if it is. What do you think? Smart move or not? Let me know.
Not the time, helicopter!
So let's put the negative gossip aside and focus on some positives about Wicked. This movie is doing something totally groundbreaking that's never been done in any Wicked production before.
Seriously?
They cast a completely new face, Marissa Bode, as Nessa Rose. Now, what's awesome about this is that Marissa is actually a wheelchair user. Yep, for the first time ever, Nessa Rose, who's in a wheelchair throughout the story, will actually be played by an actor who uses a wheelchair in real life. If you're not super familiar, Nessa Rose is the sister of Elphaba, the Wicked Witch, and her character has been portrayed in a wheelchair. But until now, no Wicked production, not Broadway, not the West End, nowhere has ever cast a disabled actor for this role. This is such a huge moment for real representation, and I think it's going to mean the world to so many people who finally get to see themselves on screen in this iconic role. I can't wait to see Marissa's performance. I have no doubt she's going to absolutely crush it. Stick around for more Wicked content coming your way.
I'm so ready to fly.
No, Wicked was not always glitter and magic. That blockbuster Broadway musical and soon-to-be movie actually started off as a book. Yep, it's based on Gregory Maguire's 1995 novel Wicked, The Life and Times of the Wicked Witch of the West. And here's the kicker. The book is way darker than what you see on stage or the movie adaptations. In the novel, you get the full gritty backstory of the Wicked Witch of the West, aka Elphaba, with a plot packed with political schemes, power struggles, and a whole lot of moral gray areas. So yeah, there's not much dancing through life in this version. And if you thought the story ended with the musical, think again. There are actually 4 books in the series that explore Oz in ways you'd never expect. Ever read the books? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
If there are no further questions, I'm gonna go. Everyone, I have an announcement.
So guess what made its way all the way to NBC and CNN? Cynthia Erivo, an esteemed member of the Special Victims Group, who stars in Wicked, is not happy with fans photoshopping the movie poster. Yeah, this drama actually got so big it landed on huge nationwide news channels. Imagine you're an actor in a movie based on a popular play, and then fans start remixing the movie poster to look more like the iconic Broadway one. Would that tick you off? Well, Cynthia, who's playing the witch in Wicked, isn't here for it. She went off on her Instagram calling it disrespectful and saying it makes her feel erased. Her words, "This is the wildest, most offensive thing I've seen. It's not funny or cute. It degrades me." She pointed out that the original poster is meant to be an homage, not a copy. Overreaction much? And look, I get it, but is it really that serious? I mean, fans were just trying to recreate the Broadway vibe by tweaking her makeup and shading the eyes like the original poster. This came from a Wicked fan account, and they even added hearts and tagged her along with Ariana Grande. Feels like a case of fans trying to show some love, not shade. So please, I think it's high time she gets over this.
Yeah.
It's so much bigger than us. The fans are gonna have fun and make their edits.
The Wicked Witch is not loving what some fans have been doing with the new Wicked movie poster. Cynthia Erivo hopped on Instagram to express her frustration after seeing fans edit the poster for her upcoming film with Ariana Grande.
Let's not quarrel.
The original poster for the movie is kind of a tribute to the classic Broadway one, but some fans went ahead and changed it up digitally to make it look more like the original. Here's what went down. People gave Cynthia's character a bold red lip, pulled her hat down even more over her face, and then stretched out Ariana's character's fingers to cover more of her face. Cynthia wasn't feeling it though. She shared that these edits actually hurt her feelings, especially since she uses her eyes to convey so much emotion as an actor, which is super important to the poster. She explained that the movie's poster isn't supposed to be an exact copy of the Broadway one, and she would rather people appreciate the fresh take. After that, she posted the original film image again, probably as a way to clear things up and reset the vibe. What do you think?
No one should be scorned or laughed at or told to keep quiet. Remarkable. Absolutely remarkable.
It took me almost 3 decades to figure out who the real bad guy is in The Wizard of Oz. I mean, for years, we've all pointed fingers at the Wicked Witch of the West, right? She's green, she's mean, and she's got that evil cackle. But hold up, is she really the villain? Think about it. Her sister gets crushed by a house, and instead of a funeral, her sister's shoes get swiped, stolen, by Glinda, the apparently good witch. And let's not forget, those shoes weren't just any shoes. In the original book, they were silver and a family heirloom, passed down from their mother. Kinda adds a new layer, huh? Now, let's talk about Glinda, the so-called good witch. Yeah, she's sparkly and all smiles, but her actions are kinda shady. She sets Dorothy up to accidentally kill the Wicked Witch of the East. And here's the kicker, she knew all along that Dorothy could just click those heels and head back to Kansas. But did she say anything? Nope. Instead, she sends Dorothy on this dangerous cross-country trek down the yellow brick road to meet a wizard who turns out to be a total fraud. Oh, and conveniently, once the witches are